Don't ask. You need to already know.
She said those words to me with pure contempt in her eyes, like I was an idiot for not reading her mind. I didn't know it then, but those words were covering up a 2-year affair that had been happening in our bed, in our home, with a man I trusted. So I waited, gathered every piece of evidence, and served her divorce papers at the hotel where she was sleeping with her boss. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment below and subscribe to this channel for more infidelity stories and cheating wife stories on YouTube. My name's David, and I'm 43 years old. 16 years ago, I married Rebecca when she was 24, beautiful and full of life. We were young and stupid in love. We had our fights early on. What couple doesn't? But we worked through them and built something real in Boulder, Colorado. We had 2 kids together, Emma, who's 14 now, and Jack, who's 9. I'm an engineer, and Rebecca worked her way up to manager at Crawford Marketing Solutions 3 years ago. Good money, nice house, weekend barbecues. From the outside, we had the perfect life. But I was dying inside, and I didn't even know it yet. It started small.
Marcus would handle it differently,
She'd say over dinner while scrolling through her phone. Marcus Jones was her boss, 45, successful, and married to Lauren, this gorgeous woman who owned a boutique business. At first, I shrugged it off as work stress or whatever, but then it got worse.
Marcus takes his wife on surprise trips. Why don't you ever do that?
She'd say.
Marcus knows how to make a woman feel special. Marcus doesn't need to be told what to do. He just gets it.
Marcus, Marcus, Marcus. Every conversation became a test I couldn't pass. So I tried harder. I surprised her with flowers and planned dates at Bella Vista, that expensive Italian place she'd been wanting to try. Every time, I got the same reaction. Dead eyes and a disappointed sigh.
You shouldn't have to ask what I want, David,
She'd say, her voice like ice.
You should already know.
I felt like I was drowning, and she was holding my head underwater. So I bought books, marriage books like How to Reignite Your Romance and Understanding Your Wife's Love Language. I stayed up late reading and taking notes like some desperate student. Nothing worked. She grew colder, more distant, and the Marcus comments only increased. Here's the part that kills me. Marcus and Lauren were our friends. Our families hung out together at barbecues and game nights, and our kids were best friends. When I told Marcus about our problems, he'd pat my back like a good friend and say,
Just keep trying, man. Marriage is hard.
I thought he cared. I thought he was helping me. It was a Thursday night in March. Rebecca was in bed next to me, giggling at her phone. Actually giggling, a sound I hadn't heard in months. I leaned over and asked, "What's funny?" She ripped that phone away like I'd tried to steal it.
What are you doing?
Her voice turned to venom instantly. I just wanted to...
It's none of your business.
She locked the phone and locked herself in the bathroom for 20 minutes. That's when I knew. Not suspected. Knew. The late nights, the phone obsession, the coldness, the endless comparisons. It all clicked. My wife was cheating on me. I confronted her the next morning, which turned out to be the biggest mistake of my life. She exploded with tears streaming and her voice shaking.
How dare you accuse me? After everything I do for this family.
The performance was perfect, and for just a second, I almost believed her. Almost. That night, I asked for her phone. She refused for hours, until finally, around midnight, she threw it at me.
Here, since you don't trust your own wife.
I scrolled through it, and every message to Marcus was gone. Deleted. But she'd been sloppy. Some conversations made no sense, with responses to questions that weren't there. I handed it back without saying a word, because now I knew what I had to do. A month later, my buddy Jake, an IT specialist, recovered the deleted messages. What I found destroyed me. 2 years. 2 full years of "I miss you already," and last night was incredible. Hotel receipts, dinner reservations, weekend getaways while I watched our kids. Marcus, my friend, her boss, the man who ate at our table and gave me marriage advice while he was sleeping with my wife. They'd used our house and our bed. They'd used Lauren's house too. These people smiled at us and celebrated with us, and the whole time, they were destroying everything. I wanted to scream and burn it all down, but Jake stopped me.
You need more evidence. You need to be smart about this.
So I swallowed my rage, played the clueless husband, and called Lauren. We met at a coffee shop in Denver, far from Boulder. I showed her what I had, and her face went white while her hands shook around her coffee cup.
I need to see his phone,
she whispered. Marcus was arrogant and stupid. He hadn't deleted anything. Lauren photographed everything. 2 years of evidence, messages, photos, and hotel bookings with dates and times. They documented their entire affair like it was some love story. We sat there for 3 hours, 2 strangers united by the same betrayal.
They want each other.
Lauren finally said, her voice like steel.
Fine. Let them have each other.
She looked me dead in the eye.
Alone, broke, and humiliated.
We shook hands. The game was on. We filed for divorce on the same day and coordinated everything. We found the perfect weekend to strike. They'd booked a room at the Sterling Peak in Aspen, a boutique hotel 3 hours from Boulder. Secluded, romantic, perfect. I drove to Aspen with a sheriff. The lobby was all polished wood and crackling fireplaces with classical music playing softly. It looked so peaceful, the calm before the storm. The concierge called their room.
Mrs. Morrison? You need to come to the lobby immediately. Urgent matter.
10 minutes felt like 10 years, and then the elevator doors opened. Rebecca stepped out in a hotel bathrobe with messy hair and that satisfied glow I hadn't seen on her face in years. She saw me, and her face went from confusion to panic in half a second.
David? What are you—
The sheriff stepped forward.
Rebecca Ann Morrison?
Yes.
You've been served.
He handed her the divorce papers. I watched the color drain from her face and watched her hands tremble as she stared at those papers.
David, wait!
She grabbed my arm, her fingers digging in.
This is a mistake. You don't understand.
I understand perfectly. My voice was calm and cold. I'd practiced this moment 1,000 times in my head. You've been sleeping with Marcus for 2 years. I have all the evidence. Text messages, photos, hotel receipts, everything. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. Lauren knows too. She's serving Marcus right now.
No.
Her voice cracked.
Please, David, let me explain.
There's nothing to explain, Rebecca. I pulled my arm free. We're done. The sheriff had to physically step between us as her begging turned to screaming.
This is your fault. If you'd been a better husband, if you'd paid more attention to me.
I turned and walked out without looking back. I drove 3 hours home in complete silence. When I got there, I called Lauren. How'd it go? I asked.
Perfect.
I could hear the satisfaction in her voice.
He tried to lie until I showed him the screenshots.
She laughed, a sound without humor.
Now he's on his knees begging.
Good, I said. Let him beg. Rebecca fought the divorce like her life depended on it.
It was just physical.
She sobbed during one conversation.
I never meant to hurt you. I made a terrible mistake.
She started therapy, read books about affairs, and begged for another chance. I felt nothing. She'd spent 2 years making me feel worthless while she lived her fantasy. 2 years of comparing me to him and making me question everything about myself while she was in hotel beds with Marcus. I was done. Emma and Jack took it hard. I told them the truth in an age-appropriate version.
Mom broke a very important promise to Dad. We both still love you, but we can't be married anymore.
Emma's smart, and she figured out more than I said. She stopped talking to Rebecca, refused to visit her apartment, and wouldn't answer her calls. It broke my heart, not for Rebecca, but for Emma. That kind of anger can poison you. Lauren and I stayed in touch through everything, just friends at first, two broken people who understood each other's pain. We talked when the loneliness felt unbearable and when the anger threatened to consume us. Slowly, something shifted between us into something real. Marcus lost everything in his divorce. Lauren took full custody, most of their money, and the house. He's living in their vacation cabin now, still begging her to take him back. Pathetic. Rebecca quit Crawford Marketing and works at a smaller firm now for half the pay. She lives in a cramped apartment downtown and still goes to therapy every week, still asking for another chance.
I'm different now,
She says.
I understand what I did. I'll spend my whole life making it up to you.
But she doesn't get it. I don't want the improved version of her. Lauren and I started dating 8 months after our divorce is finalized. We took it slowly and carefully because neither of us wanted to rush. But she's everything Rebecca pretended to be. Honest, direct, and real. She doesn't play games or make me guess what she's thinking. She values me. Our kids get along now. It took time, but they're happy when we're all together. Emma even smiles around Lauren and talks to her. Last week, Emma told me she's speaking to her mother again and working through their relationship. I'm proud of her for that, because forgiveness is harder than revenge. Rebecca's still trying to improve herself and still holding on to hope that I'll wake up one day and realize what I'm throwing away. But I already threw away what needed to go. A woman who valued thrills over family, who chose ego over integrity, and who made me doubt myself while she lied to my face. I'm 44 now. My kids are thriving, and I'm in the healthiest relationship of my life. I wake up every morning knowing I'm valued, respected, and loved. Rebecca wakes up in that apartment alone, with nothing but her choices. Some people say I'm cold, and that I moved on too fast. They say everyone deserves a second chance. But here's what they don't understand. She didn't make one mistake. She made thousands of them. Every text message, every lie, every hotel room, and every time she looked me in the eye and compared me to him. Every time she made me feel like I wasn't enough while she was sleeping with my friend. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice. People ask if I regret not giving her another chance. The answer is simple. No. Because the woman begging for forgiveness now only exists because she got caught. The real Rebecca, the one who could betray me for 2 years without losing sleep, she's still in there. And I refuse to spend my life wondering when she'll come back. Life's too short to be someone's backup plan. Rebecca chose her fantasy over our reality, and I chose my dignity. She gave me 2 years of lies. I gave her a lifetime to regret them. And honestly, I've never felt more free. Thank you for listening. Like the video and subscribe for more infidelity stories, cheating wife stories, and inspirational stories about finding the strength to start over.